Episode 2.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Hot Mango Seed Podcast.
That's it.
Episode number 2, where we drill down to the seed and peel back the layers on everything relating to entrepreneurship, relationships, crypto, the marijuana industry, music, and so much more. I'm LaRue, and I'm joined with the Hot Mango Seed crew. To my left, the international botanist, Rob Raider.
Hello, guys.
Goodness gracious, words already spilling. To my right, the VI massive Souljah
You
Bless.
already know Souljah Bless, never stress. We're good family.
Super producer Henny Skywalker.
I'm fried, yes, fried.
Crony.
My goodness. And King T.
Have no fear, the king is here.
My goodness, man, we've been back here laughing so hard.
Man.
Hey, it's good to be back.
Good times.
Yes.
Episode number 2, season 2.
That's it.
How's everybody feeling?
22. That was 22?
22.
22.
No, 22 on the jersey. I listened. I know
Oh,
a famous
for
Emmitt Smith?
football, not the Celtics, that's for sure. But I
Emmitt
just-
Smith?
I was just.
Hey, this man is a hater.
catch
No, I
22.
love the Celtics.
That
Hey,
was
pick up Jason
Haterade
Tatum,
times
BJT,
1,000.
shout out. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. I don't know who's 22 on the
hey, well, we'll figure it out
Pacers.
as we go on.
But how y'all feeling? How was the week?
Feeling blessed. And the week is getting better in a lot of different areas, but at the same time, you know, around the world, there's still a lot of craziness going on. And,
Oh, every day.
but we're all blessed to still be here.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I'm right. Every day above ground is a good day.
Yeah.
Remember that kind of way.
Good to be alive, right?
Seriously.
Everything good?
Everything's going.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's going. Can't complain, honestly. Could
good.
complain,
Hey,
but that's
that's
just being
facts
picky.
right there.
But
That's
can't
right.
complain.
It don't make no sense to
Can't
complain.
complain.
Like my father
Can't
always used to
complain.
tell me that when you could complain, you can, but it don't make no sense because you're just going into the void. It's
Pretty much.
just
You're
going
locking
into the
yourself
echo.
into
Nobody
a side
nobody
you
don't have
shouldn't be.
time to care about your complaints. You know what I
When
mean?
they got
You bring
their own.
solution, exactly.
No,
Exactly.
Come with solutions. That's a good way
Fact.
to be
Thank
involved.
you.
know what I
And
mean? Yeah.
it's so hard for people to understand. Like, solutions. Like, no, we gotta sit here and sit in the problems. Like, no.
Yeah, be drowning in the problem, but not
Nah.
thinking of solutions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How about you,
You
Henny?
got 2 times to tell me about that same fucking problem.
That's it.
2.
That's it.
He ain't got
Welcome
no
to
patience.
episode 2.
Yeah, 2, not 3, but 2. 2
Hey,
strike and
oh,
out.
So,
Man.
man, like, you know, I've mentioned this before, right? I have trust issues. I have trust issues.
Me too.
I think
You
a good
know-
amount of people do.
There's just some things in life that don't add up to me. Like, oh, it's written?
Yeah, I got it right
You
there
have
to
it
remind
down?
me.
Oh,
I got it
man.
right there
Wow.
to remind me to trust sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
That's a lot coming from you, too.
Yeah.
'Cause I know
Yeah.
you don't trust.
It checks out. That tattoo, it checks out.
But listen, so over the weekend, right, we're celebrating our brother Afro D's and J Mob. It was their birthday. Happy
It-
birthday.
Happy
to them.
birthday,
Happy birthday,
Afro, J Mob,
Blessings, brother.
brothers.
Birthday,
So
dog.
we are also out supporting our friends and, you know, people's DJ Dizzle Funk and Creative Angel at the Coolin on the patio.
Yep.
That was dope. So, right, afterwards, after all of this, right, I give you dab. You remember, I got in the Uber. Got in the Uber after he gives me dab. I'm on my way home. And I notice, right, the car stopping. It's like a Sorrento or some kind of truck. I noticing it stopping. I'm like, oh, this is a electric car, a hybrid or whatever. Then I look and I see that at every light, the Uber driver's putting it in park. And I'm like,
That's weird.
yeah. And then it was a bunch of lights before then, but I realized at that moment, this guy's parking at the light, you know. And I remember we do that back in the day when we had a car, right, that if you didn't stop it, it was gonna turn out.
That or
You gotta
keep the foot on the gas and the brake at the same time.
You gotta put it in park and keep revving it, right?
Everybody for that.
But he was doing that, and that's when I realized that I don't trust him.
Well, let me tell you one
Yeah.
thing. I could tell you off rip, just from using friggin', discernment and whatnot. You did Uber X.
No, I didn't.
You did higher than Uber X. You
That's
do
the standard
comfort.
joint, right?
I can't remember.
No, you
Uber
do
X is
Uber X.
standard.
Don't even friggin' front. And that's why
know
we're
why.
trying to tell people. If you using Uber, this is something I had to learn the hard way. don't use Uber X.
Why?
That's the
What's wrong with Uber X?
Yeah.
Is
See,
that like
it's
Uber
on-
Hood?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
And
that's the standard?
services, yeah.
That's standard
So
as
you
fuck?
start out at Uber X and you gradually get better and better cars.
Wow.
I get to
Wow.
this way
I didn't know
after
that.
Uber X come to pick me up.
Yeah.
And on the floor, literally, chips bags, friggin'
No.
Condom
open
probably.
soda
I
bottles.
don't believe
I
it.
get serious. And I step
No.
in with my treads clean. Check my thing. I step in with my frig clean like fuck. So I ain't trying to, you know what I mean, step up and down. And I was like, you know what? From here on out, I gain comfort and up. So you'll only
yeah.
see me in a comfort or the Uber X.
Yes.
Something nice. Something nice.
Exactly.
Something
So
nice.
when
This
they
is
come,
the-
you know you gonna be able to flex out these guys as platinum standard. They ain't trying to.
I
get
might
no
have to
problem.
do that because I didn't trust them. You
That's
know,
it.
you know who else I don't trust?
Who's
Who's
that?
that?
Dudes that come up to you and go, "Give me some skin."
What?
What?
Ooh, that sounds like some
Where
Diddy,
you be at,
Diddy.
LaRue?
Oh, no.
But you
Remember
know,
back in the day how dudes was like,
Give me
"Give
some
me
skin."
some skin," and they
Ooh.
put their head.
Put her there, partner.
See how messed up that sounds now?
Yeah, yeah.
Y'all going
That's the
Give me
old
some
school.
Yeah, that's
the
the
old
old
school.
That's why I don't trust.
That's some P Diddy stuff
Sound
right
like
there.
that.
Yeah, that's P Diddy, no Diddy.
And that was the thing back in the day. They come up and say, "Give me some skin."
Did they
brother."
have a dip? They sound like they have a dip in the
They
dugout.
put it up there.
No,
and then
you're
they
talking
hold it
about
up.
the days
Wait
of
for you.
cool when
Yeah.
when the cool cats was out.
I know.
Yeah, yeah.
I also,
job.
You telling your age though.
give me. I also don't trust adults, right? If I call an adult and I'm like, Saturday night, what you doing? And you're like, I'm coloring. Like I don't.
Nah, nah.
Can't color?
And you gotta say it different.
You got to color him
That'll
up?
be
You
better
gotta
adults
say it
color,
different. You
man.
gotta say I'm drawing or I'm painting.
Yeah, I working on some art.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm coloring, my
You
nigga.
have to use your choice of the words. You know what I mean?
Oh man, you
I'm
know
coloring.
randomness. But hey, I got a Florida man news story. I
What
don't
we
know if
got?
y'all heard about this.
Man,
No
there's
surprises.
always something crazy,
crazy.
in Florida. Man. I ain't
Bum,
gonna
bum, bum.
lie. Florida man.
This week in Florida Man news,
Florida Man 2024.
a Florida man was a contestant on the popular daytime television program Wheel of Fortune. And during the beginning of Thursday's episode, each contestant was challenged during what's called the toss-up puzzle game to guess a phrase that included 4 words. Follow me. It includes 4 words. So as the clock is ticking, one letter is revealed in which the contestants are racing to figure out what the phrase is before. You see them like they're sitting there like there's a couple letters that are showing and they're trying to guess it, you know, as the time's going, there's more revealed, right? So at this particular time, again, 4 words in total. The first word was a 4-letter word. All the letters and spaces were blank. The second word was a 2-letter word and only I, then blank, right? Four words in total, right?
What?
Follow me. The third word was a 3-letter word, and there was a T, blank, and an E revealed. So then the 5th letter, the fourth word had 5 letters, which had the letter B, blank, blank, T, and then an exclamation point. Say all that to say this. That's what was revealed so far. So Tavares Williams of Port St. Lucie,
Oh, damn.
Florida, Port St.
Take this
Lucie.
L.
That doesn't
So-
sound.
So he saw what was reviewed and thought, I got it. So he rang his buzzer. So the host of Wheel of Fortune, Pat Sajak, calls on Tavares. Tavares proceeds to say, right in the butt.
And the other contestant said, "What?"
And right as he says it, the other contestant goes, what?
Right in the butt.
Right in the butt.
Right in the butt. And you can hear the audience also laughing.
That's
So the
comedy.
actual phrase of the word was, "This is the best," which made it even more funny. But he was so confident too. He said, "Beep," right in the butt.
Now, hey, let me tell you, right?
Wow.
I've been fried up, right? When I went and look at it, and when I watched it initially, I was like, wait, it really say that for real?
Right in the butt. Right in the butt. Really? Yo, that's
I was
crazy.
thinking like,
But it's Florida though. Florida.
but it really wasn't it. But for a little while there, I look at it, I'd get cross-eyed, I'd see it right to the. I could see why he would take that direction because
But
it kind of looked like
It
it's
didn't even
silhouette-wise.
have enough spaces for
I-
me.
I
He
know.
said right in the butt. So the first word had 4 spaces. So he spelled it like Rite Aid, like right in the butt.
Right in the butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
You, know,
You seen the Henny?
Port St. Lucie.
Point say
Hola El dog.
Hold the L.
Seriously.
it's
Hold
just
the L.
it'll just show you that
Take care of the L's.
Florida's gonna Florida whenever,
Always, wherever you at.
wherever.
Wherever you at, it's always Florida 24/7.
It
So,
doesn't matter.
Right in the
I
butt.
don't be surprised about nothing in Florida.
You
Like
can't-
literally, I'll be driving down the road, somebody will just bust a crazy triple turn,
Out of
jump
nowhere.
off the highway, and I'm just
Bruh.
like, all right.
What about the people whose cars being held up by strings?
Oh, yo.
You mean the same
The
one that
project
got the
cars.
bed and the couch on the roof?
Project
Right.
Pretty
You
much.
said it held together by
Yeah,
strings.
like
See,
their,
tape,
their
all kinda
trunk will
crazy.
have like a whole bunch of rope holding
I
it
can't even
down.
imagine.
It'd be
Oh, man.
completely busted in.
Yeah.
Hey, don't
it
try and
still
open
have a
that
tag
trunk.
on it.
Exactly.
Like,
Don't try and open
There's
that
a
trunk
whole
either.
bombed out car on my street on Bates and stuff like that. There's
Oh, yeah?
a whole bombed
Oh,
out.
I seen that
old school
car.
Caprice.
I
You
saw
see it, you
that.
drive it,
Yeah, yeah.
It's like bombed out,
What do you
burned
mean
out.
bombed I was like,
dang, somebody just
whoever
dropped it
had
out?
it, burnt the whole car.
Oh,
And then
wow.
only you can tell what it is because the backside of the car is the Caprice, and the rest of it's like
And it just on the street?
questionable. Yeah,
That's
it's right on the
wild.
street, right on the side of it.
man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's been sitting there for about like a week now.
Yeah. I wonder
That's
what happened
crazy,
to
yo.
that.
That's terrible.
Florida's on some random shit.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
might be a whole crime in
And
Florida.
then in the woods next to it is a whole homeless community that lives in the woods.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So-
yeah, I see
wow.
that. I just pass by and sometimes you just see through the woods, you just see all of the tents and
So I
what.
think that used to be one of their tents, mobile tents. Was that Caprice?
Oh, the Caprice.
yeah.
Set up mobile.
Yeah. You know, Florida man, they probably was smoking some fentanyl and burned it down. Something like
I
that.
wouldn't doubt it, that's for sure.
Hey, well that's
Florida,
that's
man.
Florida. Florida's gonna
Florida.
Florida always.
But we love
Always.
it here, guys. Listen,
Yeah.
I love Florida.
Yeah, it's a chill spot, real chill.
Hey, on another note though, do y'all remember the Montgomery River front?
Oh, that fight.
The
Oh,
fight.
yeah.
With the hat in the air.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's classic.
Can you believe that happened on August 5th? So it's coming upon a year
Wow.
since that.
That's my
right?
birthday too.
Yeah?
Yeah, August 5th.
So look, so just to summarize what happened, right? So a large brawl broke out, I'm reading this, Saturday, August 5th, shortly after 7 p.m. at the Riverfront Dock in Montgomery, Alabama. After Damian Pickett, a ferry co-captain, attempted to clear out the dock, remember he was trying to clear it and he was trying to tell the people like, hey, your little pontoon is in the way, you got to move, and they got an attitude, and then boom, all hell broke loose. My man threw up that hat.
The hat.
Yo,
that's a signal now.
That
That's
is
The bat
Screwed up.
signal.
that is forever in black culture
bat
as the
signal.
bat signal.
The
That's
hat
that,
goes
that's
up.
that
That
Bobby
is-
Schmurda,
Hat
that.
in the
The
air.
hat goes up. Trouble.
Yeah, this. I when I see that the first time,
Yeah.
it was just that I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. I
was
couldn't
crazy.
believe it. But you know what?
Crazy.
The man deserved the beat down they get.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like them people that swim across and that was in the other
Oh,
boat.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
wild.
They was right to come there because they was trying to jump body on top the friggin' dock there.
That's
Exactly.
wild.
Yeah, yeah.
Security guard.
Seriously.
What would you
One
have done if you were there?
Fling hand.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same
I
thing.
definitely would have been tempted.
Same thing.
I'm pretty sure we all would have ran down
Yeah.
there
Same
to
thing.
help him out as soon as we would have saw it. Yeah.
I mean, I'm a slow swimmer. I'd get there sometimes, but I'll be there.
I would have commandeered the ship.
Yo, shout out to Aquaman too. That kid
My
that
God.
swam
Yeah,
across
yeah,
from
yeah.
the boat.
My
That's what they
God.
call it,
Hey.
Aquaman.
I don't know what
Yeah,
they
yeah,
call
yeah.
him, but he
So if they
Aquaman to me. He
redo
came out-
Aquaman, they should recast him.
They should
for the
cast him.
community or something like that.
You know they ain't gonna do that shit.
Dude swam
Yeah, they
across
right
the
there.
water, man.
Bro, he swam so quick too, and he was determined.
With kicks on.
It was
Yeah.
wild at one point. Hey, at one point I seen people like looking over the deck when the brothers really started whooping them, looking over the deck like, oh, they got it.
Yeah.
Like, nah, I'm good.
Hey, at
I'm
this
good.
point, but at the same time, like it doesn't go to show white or black, but it just goes to show, right? Like, yo, when you come up, like you acting that privilege and you acting like, you know, you don't have to abide by, you know, the rules and you just, like, and then you want to get an attitude and pop, like,
That's like every day too, like in small pockets of whatever community you in, that privilege just
Yeah.
carries over so much.
I was thinking, man, do y'all think that should be a national holiday?
Shit, why not? If I
I
can get the
mean-
day off from work.
For the people,
It
the
should
unspoken holiday. That's
Yeah,
what it
the
should be.
unspoken celebration
Yeah, that
Yeah,
celebration
that's what it should be.
of the black unity that took place that day.
Exactly.
At
I
least
feel
one
like
day. For real.
I feel like it should be F around and find out. Like that should be the holiday.
F
Like,
around
that's-
and find out.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's that
I
day.
like that.
I wish that whole ordeal never had went down, but you know what?
Real
Things
talk.
like that does happen all the time, you know what I mean? And these man, they need to understand that, you know, your actions have consequence. So no matter what you do, if you do something to somebody, the way how they react to it is purely on that person, and you don't know how that person going to react or how what's going to happen from that. So much people lose their life like that. You check what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it's better that you just try to maintain peace as much as you can, but in this case, when you can't avoid the peace, then you got to fling your hat up in the air, be free.
Man.
And even then, I mean, just treating each other right, no matter what your race is.
Facts.
What your religion or whatever the difference is. Whether that was a black man getting jumped or a Chinese man getting jumped,
Exactly.
it didn't matter. The moment we see it, there should be a instinct to kick in and stop it.
Yeah.
When everybody joins together against the violent people, sooner or later, the violent people start realizing we can't keep doing this. And y'all saw what they did in Haiti to the gangs over there.
Oh,
right?
man, I didn't see
that. So self-justice. They caught some of them and burned them up with tires.
Ooh.
Had a whole crew of gang members in the middle of the road.
That's crazy.
Not saying that's the way to do it. Don't go do that.
That is insane.
But I'm saying when the people start actually standing up as a unit, the crazy people going to have to step down sooner or later.
Or rethink their strategy.
Their strategy.
Exactly.
Wow.
Rethink the whole strat. That's what the fuck we talking about.
Yeah. Hey, and we'll just take this time to say thank you right now to whoever you are tuning in. We can't see our social media at this time, but thank you for tuning in, and make sure you like and subscribe, man, to our social. We're growing. We are a podcast that's of real friends, real people, man. We're just talking real things that are valuable to you, valuable to your family, also things that we're all talking about, and we're just amongst friends letting you see. So follow us on Twitter, on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Hot Mango Seed or Hot Mango Seed Podcast. So all jokes aside, we definitely wanted to segue into something that's a little bit more sensitive, and it's top news, right? It's all around the world. The tensions that are in the Middle East, and we understand that this is a sensitive subject to many people, but we're here. We're talking about it behind the scenes, and we kind of want to reflect on it. So, Brother T, the floor is yours.
Yes. Okay. So, for those that aren't aware of what's going on in Palestine, which used to be a very big, nice sized country. But 70-something years ago, Britain and the United States decided, let's give this piece of land to the Jewish community. Nothing wrong if the people they take it from agrees, but the people that was there, the Palestinians, didn't agree. So this set off 76 years of a battle for the state of Palestine, which eventually turned into Palestine becoming two little spots in what was the original Palestine, and now Israel is the rest of the land. So they basically like somebody coming in your house, taking everything and saying you can have that little square in the back. You
had the corner
in the back.
That's
you
crazy.
can have it back, right? And so anyway, with that being said, over the years, it's for the Palestinians, especially those in Gaza and in West Bank. It's been like they've been living in an open air prison, and I know when I say something like that, most people are like, he's exaggerating. Well, imagine, living in your gated community, and you got to get permission to go out of that community. No matter what direction you're trying to exit, somebody has to say you're allowed to leave. And then all your food, your electric, your water, everything is controlled by those same people who also are allowed to come in and take your land whenever they want.
So you jailed
like
your own
when I say take your land, like somebody walking in my community and saying we want your house and I got to move.
Yeah,
right.
that's
So
wild.
so when I say open air prison is not a joke. Unfortunately, the people that help run that a part of that land, like Gaza, which is where the main problem is right now. Unfortunately, the people that run the place are called Hamas, and they're what we see as a terrorist organization. But they were created to defend the people of Palestine.
Now,
they were,
are they? Sorry, I'm so sorry.
No, go ahead.
Would you? What makes them not terrorists? I
didn't say they're not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think they are?
Yeah, I'll be real with you. From what I see coming through America media, is that Hamas is a terrorist organization.
Right.
They started out as a group that was supposed to be to protect the Palestinians and help them. They actually voted them in to power. But as time went on, it became one of those where the people of Palestine are getting the reciprocations of the actions of Hamas. So when Hamas attacks someplace, people hit back. They get so they're now without Hamas though, nobody's fighting for Palestinians. Nobody's fighting for the people in Gaza. So it's kind of like we got our own gang that kind of takes advantage of us, but at the same time they're still fighting for us.
Yeah.
Or we can have nobody fighting for us, and these other people can just come in and do whatever they want, which they're doing anyway, right? So, and I know it sounds like I'm against Israel. I'm against what their leadership is doing, right? Netanyahu, the leader of Israel, is doing. The people of Israel, they're just humans, they're people, but they're getting the bad side of what their leadership is trying to do, which is pretty much annihilate Gaza. Everyone has been moved to one part of the entire Gaza Strip. You're talking about over 1.5 million people crushed into like one small area. And right now, Israel is bombing that same area. So, for those, so I want everybody to chime in, but for those that, have been watching the news and seen all of these college campuses where people are protesting all around the world, not just here in the United States, but I mean everywhere from Harvard to you name it, is literally because they just want peace in Palestine. They want the Palestinians to be able to live as their own separate state in control of themselves, as opposed to 76 years of somebody controlling your every move. You know what I mean? So, and that's the big. I know I dumped a lot of information real quick.
So what is the hope of all? Like, what is
the overall hope is that Israel backs out of Gaza, that Gaza and the West Bank, which are what's left of Palestine, get their freedom to completely control everything that happens in their areas. They're supposed to be a country of their own, but they're not treated like that. That's why now the United Nations and all these countries are fighting to make them seen as their own state, as their own actual separate government in total control. So it's
such a tragedy. It's a tragedy,
and a lot of people don't realize like that was one of the things Mandela stood for. He was like, Palestine needs to be free. He stood for that, right? Because he understands that the plight that they're going through was somewhat similar to the plight that the black community here in the United States have gone through. Yes, it might have, one side might be way, heavier as far as casualties as other, but right now they're currently living in that state of total control.
You think they're gonna let them go?
So I was gonna ask, right? Sorry, Rob, because you're asking the same question, but I was reading today, right? Like they've been in these discussions, like I don't know what side it is, but they're trying to come to a peace treaty.
Yes.
And I don't know how to say his name from Israel.
Netanyahu.
Netanyahu.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you think they're gonna let him go? Like,
he is not for it. He won't sign it, and so it's like this war keeps going on. But I think it's like, and this is where I don't like to even insert myself because I don't know it all. I don't understand it all. I don't have the same passion and same like feeling that so many people are feeling, and my heart goes out to them. I pray for peace. I pray for equality. I pray for all those things. That's who I am. And when I see that, like that, why can't they come to a peace treaty? What is this? Like I know they both have these demands on both sides.
So much has happened between the two sides over the past 76 years that the hatred is deep. It's like the Blood and Crips. Right? It started out as just protect each other, but then once you kill one, now they mad at you. Then they kill one of yours. Now you mad at. So just imagine 76 years of your relatives getting knocked off by another country. That's wild. Right? And so the people in Gaza and West Bank, they're not going to forget that. Right now, entire families, generations are being completely wiped off the map. Right? And so they're never going to forget that. On top of that, what the pain, because this whole part of the war was kicked off because Hamas decided to go into Israel and kill people and take captives, right? So if they didn't do that, it'd still be the normal regular persecution, but at the same time, it wouldn't be the genocide part of it right now, right? And so will it ever end? I don't think Netanyahu wants it to end until Gaza is gone.
Too much ego.
He literally, that they've already started getting things set up to where they rebuild Gaza, but for the Israelis to move in. So he wants them wiped off. And there's the people of Israel are good people.
Yeah.
but their leader right now is on a mission to annihilate an entire
Egocentric.
country, of
Country,
people,
yeah,
an
just
entire
wanting
race
to-
of people.
That's a mess up vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it
Today-
also
Batman.
feels.
It says here today that IDF struck and hit a camp for displaced people.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
seen
Just
that,
like
yeah.
you was just saying.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
telling
that
them
was
go.
bad.
They say go to this camp, and then they blow up the
They
camp.
blew up the camp.
They
Wow.
told
What sense
everyone to
that
go
make?
to Rafah. What are they doing right now?
Bombing it
Blowing
up.
up Rafah, and that's
wild,
where they
man.
told everybody go to Rafah. We're not hitting
Hey, let me
Rafah,
tell you.
and they blowing it
Wow.
up
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
actually breaking
Hey,
news.
the
Yeah.
thing is that killing me is that the man have enough land for all of them, you know. Yeah. They have enough land for
It's more than
everybody
enough
and
land.
everything for
Everybody,
thing to
man.
go on
You
over
know,
there. You
yo,
know.
you can
It's
be
just
greedy.
that it's just a condemned war, man.
Before
People are
Britain
greedy.
did that, the Palestinians and the Jews lived in Palestine together.
Together, that's the
Together.
thing. They was
in
there
the
as
same
one.
city,
day.
same neighborhood, same everything. Before
Jeez,
Britain was
man.
like, no, we think the Zionist Jews
said
need
Britain?
their own land.
You said Britain?
And
Yeah.
Britain.
Oh, that's
And-
what the original evil empire right there.
You say,
You know,
you lying
No,
now.
they ain't the
are.
same
They-
as they used to be.
Uh-huh.
You know, all the countries
I mean,
got
you know,
problems.
but they're the OGs of it.
But
Yeah.
on a
Yeah,
bigger
yeah.
on a
They
on a
started
big
this game.
situation with this going on, obviously the United States stands behind Israel.
Yeah.
So no matter what Israel's doing, we've had a moment where we pulled back some of their weapons we were sending, but we didn't stop sending weapons.
Yeah.
And then, but what happened recently is the International Criminal Court issued an arrest warrant for Netanyahu. So
Really?
if he leaves and goes to certain countries, like some countries already have stated that if he shows up in their country, they're going to arrest him.
So
Like
no
as a
extradition.
war crime,
No
criminal?
extradition.
As a war criminal for
Okay.
genocide. South Africa started the claim against him, and it turned into all these other countries joining in. And so he can go to some countries, but he can't go to all countries.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you know, I am going to vote for Biden, but this is one issue that I'm highly ticked off. Like
Yeah.
if there was another candidate that did, you know, helped our economy and built the way that Biden has done, I'd be down for him. Strictly because of this Palestine situation I can't support genocide. But you know what's crazy? Biden's getting all the heat now only because Trump is not in office. Trump literally would hand over Palestine.
Yeah.
He would hand over everything.
He'd be
Like
ready
wipe
to
them
wipe
off. Let's
them
build
off,
some
yeah.
land. He does.
I
Yeah.
definitely get that too. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, he's made it very clear that if he's in office, there won't be any more problems.
Well,
Wow.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
one thing. It's going to be a hell of an election year.
Yes,
Yeah.
You know what I
it
mean?
is.
So is whoever is the victor from this one is going to have to dictate a lot of things.
So I was trying to figure, is there another runner in this race?
There's a what is this? What's it called when they're not Democrat or
Green
Republican?
Party.
Libertarian?
Green Party.
Independents.
Yeah. The
Independent,
different independent ones.
One of the Kennedys.
I think he
Oh.
Yeah, I
Oh,
did see him.
he's a
I did see that.
nutcase.
Yeah,
Is-
he's
is-
a-
isn't
out of
it-
there,
that's a
though.
curse
Yeah.
right there, isn't it?
I think he's
Yeah,
still
it's,
running.
it's,
Yeah, no,
it's
I think
Robert
he's out
F.
of there.
Kennedy
He's
or
out of-
something like
yeah.
one of the
His
younger ones.
grandsons,
Yeah,
whoever.
one of the grandsons.
Either way,
yeah.
we'll
think they
get
want
back
that.
to
But the
that.
thing, so here's one final thing on that.
Yeah.
Right. I know a lot of people are saying, you know, they're ticked off and they're like, I'm not voting for Biden because of this situation. Like, it's in college campuses around the world, they're talking on that.
Yeah.
Let me explain something. If you decide not to vote for Biden, Trump is the next big option there.
Facts.
He hates anyone of Muslim or of Muslim descent. He doesn't like Arab people. He doesn't like black people. It doesn't matter. So if he gets in office, you think it's going to get better for Palestine? It's going to get worse. He's going to amp up the amount of weapons we send. And on the other note, if you decide, well, I'm just not going to vote at all, well, not voting, you might as well just give it to your vote to the winner.
That's what happens.
Whoever wins is who you just gave your
my
vote
question
to.
is
Yo.
to the people. One quick, just really quick. My question is to the people who don't agree with the ideals and views of neither candidate that's there.
Yeah.
So what are they supposed to do? Because if they
Right.
don't, so they don't agree with nothing
good
that
question.
Biden say. They don't agree with nothing Trump say.
Look.
They're not with the independent, with the non-partisan ones. Like so, like
Neutral.
where do they?
What,
what would
okay,
they do?
so here's the thing. You got multiple options, right? I can stand there and get hit with a fly swatter. It hurts. Or I can choose the person that's going to shoot me in the head with a bullet.
Worse.
Or I cannot choose and then all of us die.
That is sad.
I know it sounds extreme. It sounds extreme.
extreme as
But look,
hell.
So basically the spotter's annoying, the bullet is quicker.
Biden,
and then nothing-
Biden is the fly swatter. He hurts. Some of the things he does hurts us, right? Biden's a fly swatter. Things he does kind of hurts the country, but he's also helped build the country back. right? Trump is that gun. He's already said he's going crazy with it when he gets in office. He's made it very clear, right? He's made it very clear. And then if you don't vote, you're basically just at the whim of whichever one comes at you. So you're gonna get hit with the fly swatter and the gun.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
We're heading into idiocracy.
So it's like, dang, I know people say the lesser of two evils is a terrible way to live, but at least you're gonna be alive with one.
That's fact.
It's like, do you want to get beat with a belt with spikes, or just beat with a belt? Period.
Why are these polls so violent? These are the most violent, question. Like,
I know, right?
We'll be here all week, folks.
No, because there's a lot of people that won't vote, and for those that are going for the person that's going to get like 1% of the vote, you just basically gave up your vote, right? And I hate to even have to go that route. Like, if it was up to me, neither one of them get my vote. But if I don't give it to Biden, that means there's a better chance for Trump to win. And I can't let that dude get back in office. We almost lost our country last time.
well, let's put a pin in that.
Yeah.
Let's put a pin on that. Right?
The world gone crazy.
Definitely, that goes deep. That runs deep. Thank you for running us through
Seriously,
that.
that was some good info on that.
So we're gonna hop into our main topic today, and that's on cryptocurrency. Man, there's been so much movement in crypto. So here's a little note that I took. Right, the capital markets are actually off to a sizzling start this year in 2024. The S&P 500 and the NASDAQ composite each gained approximately 11%, and they think that this is because of artificial intelligence, euphoria, strong energy market, and new breakthroughs in the pharmaceutical sector. And this is all according to Yahoo Finance. So crypto, which is a digital currency, which is an alternative form of payment, created using encryption algorithms. Damn, I can't even spell neither one of those words.
But we can sound it out.
They've seen prices that skyrocketed 69% so far this year, and that's led by Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
And surprisingly, listen to this: Shiba Inu is up 136%.
Not a
Shib Army
surprise.
stand up. Shib Army
They
stand
said
up.
that it is doing better than Bitcoin, though.
Yep.
You know, the whatever. So, man, what's going on in crypto?
Slow
Y'all
and
know it.
steady.
Yeah.
Do you hear what I mean? Slow and
race.
steady. A lot of people have a lot of misconceptions about cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
And they don't understand that it's tied to markets like the stock market. These stock markets, they go through cycles where they have their up periods and they have their down periods. They call the bull and the bear runs.
I'm a bear. Or am I a bull?
You want to be a bull. You
Okay,
want to be a
bull.
bull. There you go. You
Sorry.
want to be a
You
bull.
want to be a bull.
In every sense of the
Sorry.
word, you want to be a bull.
Sorry.
Bulls are
But,
going up.
you know, in these cycles, they could last a multitude of years. Like sometimes they could be very short, sometimes they could expand vast amounts of time. And this is the mindset. And that's where people that have the understanding of crypto and stocks, they go in and they become future millionaires.
Go.
You see what I'm
Let's
saying?
go.
Yeah.
That's it. No, literally, you
like
have
that.
to understand the wave.
Patience
Should've fallen in
is
love
the
That was
with
just
key.
my
Yeah.
little 1-2 on the
Fall in
crypto.
love
You
with
know
No,
what I mean?
no,
Go
bless,
forever.
bless is 1,000%
Yeah.
on it. It's patience, right? You know, you when the market is consolidating, you're buying. When the market's going up and it starts hitting good numbers, you start selling.
Yeah.
And then eventually it's going back down. Crypto's been on a 4-year cycle, right? On average, it's been on a 4-year cycle. If you look back since it started, it has this thing where it consolidates, it goes up, and then it crashes. So you got 1 year of consolidation, 2 years, the first year slightly going up, the final year blowing up,
Yeah.
and then the last year crashing again, or however you want to start your cycle, right? So if you learn that cycle, you understand that, okay, when it starts pulling back a little bit, but it's still in that uptrend for the bull market time frame, well, you're not losing. You buy the dip because it's trending upwards. But once it loses that momentum trending upward, that's when you realize, okay,
And
it's going down.
Crypto can be very fragile.
Yeah,
Yeah,
volatile. Yeah,
Volatile.
that volatile is that
Yeah.
way.
It's
That's
very
But-
volatile.
But
Very
it
volatile.
went up from 10,000 and like cash out. All right.
Yeah.
Don't cash out. $67 now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Especially
God,
when the Doge,
yeah.
when the Doge
Yeah.
been up, dude, people really had like some
You gotta
good
jump in.
money. Like
Man.
they 10x a lot of the investments. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but by the time the regular layman got wind of it, it was already too late. You had to be into
early.
crypto. Exactly.
Yeah.
You
Early,
had to be
early.
into crypto and into these kind of markets to see where it was at its lowest before the craze happened, and when they start to get on that uptick, it's already too late.
So
yeah,
tell me
and
this.
that's where a lot of people lose.
Wait, so
Yeah.
tell me this, like when you, sorry T,
No, go ahead.
when you're investing in crypto, do you think about long investment like you would like a Amazon or Google stock, or is it a short term like you're trading on the up? I know T, you're a trader. You,
It's
Well,
both.
I
It's actually
do both.
Yeah,
Most
both.
most of my portfolio, 90% of my family's investments are for the long term.
okay,
You know, and
Same.
then 10% of it is for trading.
So
right?
it's like day trading too.
Yeah, it's
Day
like
trade,
it's
pretty much
well, I
crypto.
do more swing trading, which is invest today, maybe sell a week from now.
Yeah.
I might even sell 3 weeks from now.
Okay.
Right. So but I do it when I know it's in the right position up. You know what I mean? But
you gotta
I'll
keep watching that shit too. You gotta,
you
gotta
stay
keep
glued
watching.
to it.
Yeah.
But you also you can set
No.
you can set stop losses that once it hits a
Exactly.
certain point,
Yeah,
it
you
sells
used to
for you
lose.
automatically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
actually a
think
very
so.
handy tool.
But
Very handy.
90% is for the long term because I know just imagine buying Bitcoin when it first
Oh
came
my
out.
gosh, at
Yeah.
a dollar.
For
No, we
point
were
zero
all the
zero.
Lamborghinis,
Yeah.
two
Yeah.
houses,
I would have been in
And
the red
plane
Ferrari
tickets.
with the peanut
That
butter
would be all I
guts.
had.
So,
telling you.
speaking of Bitcoin,
Uh-huh.
so I know you mentioned that 67% jump, right?
Yeah,
Well,
no,
that jump came.
yeah, 69.
69%.
Yeah.
That jump came because of the Bitcoin spot ETF that got approved.
Let's go.
Tell us about that.
Listen.
Tell us.
There's never been a moment where the government was fully into yes, you can sell crypto in the stock in exchanges or anywhere like that, right? So this is something that when I came in 2021, which was after Bless and Henny, I think I was the last one out of all of us,
Hey,
right?
Henny's the
And-
godmother of it all.
Henny
Henny
got us
Really
all
and
in,
truly
right?
look,
Henny should have been out of here.
Henny's the godmother
Henny
that
should have
got
been outta here.
everybody
Even
into
No
crypto.
even
bull.
at that point,
Uh-huh.
they were saying the government's never going to approve. Right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this year, the Bitcoin spot ETF came in, which means the big institutions can now offer their ETFs to the buyers who don't want to learn how to deal with crypto, they want Bitcoin, they want a piece of it, but they don't want to have to learn how to go onto crypto.com or
On
to
the
some of these other
blockchain and
exchanges
actually-
to deal with the
Right.
blockchain, right?
yeah. Right.
And so now you got organizations like BlackRock, you got organizations like Fidelity, you got banks. Every bank
Bulls.
institution now is
The
trying
real
to get to
bulls.
where they can hold your crypto for you. It's a whole different world.
Yeah.
And then they just passed the
Ethereum. So jumping right
yes,
into that.
the
So,
Ethereum. There we go. There we
Go
go.
ahead,
So
Ru.
It's
look.
called synchronicity.
So look,
Synchronicity.
the Securities and Exchange Commission just approved a rule change that allows the creation of FTFs, and these are exchange traded funds that holds Ethereum, the second highest currency. It allows them to have ETFs, and
SEC.
and this is just after Bitcoin, right? So
Yeah.
companies like you were saying, BlackRock,
Fidelity.
Bitwise,
Yeah.
Galaxy Digital
Yep.
are all moving towards launching that. And so for me, like this is new. I'm actually reading, but what I was reading and learning today, prepping for this, right? So the approval of ETFs. This is for the dumb people that are not dumb. You're not dumb.
Just a little
You're
behind.
gonna get
You're
us
not
canceled,
dumb.
man.
Behind.
You're not dumb. Let me
Trailing
correction.
behind, that's all.
Correction. You're not dumb.
Trailing behind.
For the people who are trailing behind, this is what I wrote for us. The approval of ETFs for Ethereum by the SEC essentially means that there will soon be investments options available that allow people to invest in either Ethereum through traditional financial markets, similar to how they might invest in stocks or other assets. ETFs are popular in investment vehicles because they offer diversification and they're traded on the stock market exchange, making them accessible to a wide range of investors. So what this means is like when they do ETF, like T was saying, it's like now it kind of cuts through that clutter, right? That these investors, these companies, they no longer have to read that 32-page, whatever,
Binding contract.
contract on all this and how you have to go through all these loopholes. Now it's like it's right there, and it's like I've seen with my own eyes, seen Bitcoin ATM machines, right? Like that's
Yep.
Oh, it's already here. Yeah.
Ethereum is moving in that
And then
moving in that
countries
same
like El Salvador,
direction.
Yeah, they
Right.
already
Yep.
adopted it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Bitcoin is the big one. ETH is number 2.
Yeah,
You're talking out
second.
of like 20-something thousand or more cryptocurrencies. These are the top 2
Yeah.
that
About
just got
third.
approved. And a lot of them, like for instance, you mentioned Shiba Inu.
Yeah.
A lot of them are built on the Ethereum blockchain. So if they're built on that blockchain
It pushes up
and
that
they're
value.
decentralized, is making it look like they have that path to ETFs also. So
So when they're
it's-
decentralized, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
You piqued my interest.
oh, decentralized. Okay, so
Tell me again.
you have decentralized and centralized institutions, right?
Yeah.
A centralized institution is controlled by a CEO. Somebody in that chain, in their chain of command, can say, "This is how we're going to do things," right?
Right.
Anytime there's one chain, there's a central chain of command. That's a point of weakness because that can be exploited at any given way,
Gotcha.
right? A decentralized platform is something that nobody's in control of. Like you look at Uniswap or
It's just the
or
Wild
Shiba
Wild
Swap.
West.
It's the Wild Wild
All
West.
the
So
meme
it's
coins.
something that's
Meme coins
or
out there.
Pancake Swap, right? And so
Meme
it's set
coins
up
out
to
there,
where
yeah.
you can go on there. There's nobody watching you. There's no regulations. Just your wallet and someone else's wallet, and you guys exchange on there without having to meet each other.
So, like,
you know what I'm
screen
saying?
caps or
But there
something
is
like that.
nobody in there that can say freeze your wallet.
Yeah, like that's not
So
working.
a
yeah.
centralized point like a bank, any institution, even crypto.com,
So
they can
crypto.com,
freeze your wallet if they're in
Yeah.
control of it. That's why you're supposed to move all your stuff off of
Into your wallet.
the exchanges.
So go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So I'm thinking with everybody else. Am I gonna get rich now that Ethereum is ETF? Like
Look,
I got some
possible.
Ethereum.
The first,
I wouldn't say
we are not financial advisors.
We are not financial advisors.
You-
That's
you
the first
can,
thing.
but you gotta be on
But
it.
let me
Like,
tell
you-
you
At all.
one thing, one
You gotta be on
phrase that we have to understand, and it's called hodl.
Huddle.
Well, how to
Hodl. HODL.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
This is a term in these communities that
Hold the
where
line.
you got to hold for extended amount of time. Where they say you have diamond hands, like you have to hold when everybody else is running to hit the exit.
Yeah.
You have to continue holding
Yeah.
because your jump might not come till 8 years from now.
you never
It
know.
might not come till
Never
10.
know.
Shout out to those who had a dollar
Never know.
Bitcoin.
Exactly. You have to hold. It's
For
called
real.
hodl. You hold the line
Be
no matter
patient.
what. Be
Yeah.
patient. Keep your portfolio diversified. You don't want just one in anything. No matter what you're doing, you in stocks, you in crypto. You could diversify everything, have everything flowing harmoniously with each other. Like, don't let them fool you about this crypto is all a scam and this and
Yeah.
that. Like, it's something that's real. And once it being talked about on the tables, them where laws getting passed and
Oh,
these man
yeah,
doing
yeah,
the
yeah.
real things, like
Speaking of-
that's no game. That's
Big-
no game.
Speaking of
Seriously.
Corporations with big money.
Big money, you know.
And
Big
life
money.
is a scam. Find yours.
Speaking of laws,
Oh, what's up?
the House of Representatives just passed a bill that's heading to the Senate called the Financial Innovation for the 21st Century Act, FIT 21.
Fit 20.
And FIT 21 classifies crypto as a commodity instead of a security, which means Gary Gensler and the SEC can't put their hands on it.
Okay.
Because it's a commodity.
It's going to be controlled by the Commodity Futures Trade Commission. They'll be the ones regulating, so the rules
Gary Gisler.
Gensler,
Gary Gensler.
whatever his
Oh.
name is.
Yeah.
I'll probably butcher his name, but he's the one that's like the watchdog stopping crypto from growing, right? So
Okay.
we've been battling against
You can
him
trust
in
the
the law for a while now.
Okay.
So it's going to give it to where it's not going to be as controlled.
Okay.
Also,
That's fire, man.
the
That's
anti
already.
they passed the anti CBDC bill, which is the central bank digital currencies, right? And so
I thought you were talking about
the central
CBDC.
bank
I went straight
digital
to
currency for a lot of countries
You
were
got me both down. Hey, real
We
quick.
thought
The
you
whole
said
CBD.
Oh,
I'm like,
CBD?
hold on, what has
No,
CBD has to
no,
do
no,
with
not this.
Hey, man, hey, we taking anything for the highness. You know?
no. CBDCs. Okay, so
Okay, man,
CBDCs,
really.
central bank digital currency. So if our central bank starts issuing these, for those that are on government assistance, welfare programs like that, their money's going to come to them as a central CBDC.
That's crazy.
And the problem with that is they can turn that off, they can freeze it, they'll have the power to take it back.
So
Any of that, right?
centralized.
So it's not like
Centralized.
you get your own back in the day where we got a book of food stamps and that was your book. You go spend it how you want. No, it's they're giving it to you digitally, but we got the right to take it back.
So
but the
they
cool
can
thing
just-
is,
oh wow.
So basically, it's not your money.
no, but the cool thing is, drop my glasses in. The cool thing is they just passed a bill stating that our central bank cannot create CBDCs. and that because they're trying to keep us having the right to control the custody of our own cryptocurrency on things like MetaMask or separate digital wallets, right? And so now Congress is involved. The bill passed for the FIT 21 was the first real regulation of cryptocurrency going through Congress. That means where they wouldn't even discuss it before, now it's a conversation. And the FIT 21
now
bill,
we're on the table. That's exactly why I was just saying.
It's going to take a few more bills for it to actually
the FIT 21 bill had 279 Republicans, 136 Democrats. Let me tell you, Democrats were against it heavy. Now, 136 Democrats in the House crossed that line and said, you know what, this is something we need. Also, for the anti-CBDC bill, it was 200 CBDC. It was 216 Republicans, 192 Democrats. The tides are turning for those that are long term with their cryptos. This has never happened in a bull market before. We've never had the government say, yes, you can do this before in a bull market, and it ain't even kicked off. The rocket ship ain't even taken off yet. We've already hit Bitcoin's all-time high, gone past it. Right?
Is it 69,000 right now?
Yep.
Yeah, it cooled off a tiny bit, but it passed it, and it's bouncing in that area, consolidating in that area. Ready for another leg up. So
expectation is supposed to hit like 100,000 by the end of the year.
How come they haven't split? That's what I keep thinking. Like, man, like most stocks when they get really high, they split them. So it would be like 70.
Who's gonna split Bitcoin though? Nobody owns it. Nobody controls it.
It's not about they split the stock into two, right?
They have Bitcoin Cash.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, normally if it's 70,000, right?
Yeah.
Like, I seen Tesla stock that was like 4,000.
Yeah.
At one point, it got really high, and so then they split it, and they split it to, 2,000 to drop the price because the price is so high. So I'm just wondering why Bitcoin hasn't split. Maybe that's not something
because it's decentralized. It's decentralized. It is not controlled by anybody. A lot of people own access to it. Yeah. But nobody can go in and say, turn off the Bitcoin.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's impossible.
That's crazy.
That's it.
Right?
And that's the beauty of the blockchain.
The fiat money, paper money, dollar bills, they can print as much as they want. It loses value the more they print. And that's not just America. That's every country around the world. Right? And so, but with Bitcoin, it's 21 million. There will only ever be 21 million. Yeah. There will never be more than that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. There's no more being made.
Okay, that is smart.
You can't get no more Bitcoin.
But then that means like one day there could just be like all out war for that 21 million. I don't know.
Digital currency.
Hey, listen, I ain't putting it possibility, dog.
Y'all had this violent multiple choice questionnaire. And now I got violence in my head.
How you want to get hit?
Look.
So you either get ran over, drowned,
shot with a bullet,
or ran over, drowned, and then flown out to space.
The last thing I want to say about cryptocurrency is, right now, there's very few things that is like a gateway from those that have not to be able to have, right? And right now, crypto is in that point. It's at the point where, like, for instance, when the internet showed up and it was growing at over 2,000% annually. That's the reason why Jeff Bezos created Amazon. He saw that growth.
Digital Walmart.
And that's where digital
Walmart.
And that's right. I mean, you're right.
Dude, right. That's the perfect description.
But that's where cryptocurrency is right now. Am I saying you're going to get rich? No. But somebody is.
Somebody gonna get rich,
Somebody is.
Somebody that's staying tuned, somebody that keeping track with it, some people that holding is going to be rich.
Sure.
Gonna get paid.
Hopefully, whoever it is, ball out, please.
So,
send some to the Hot Mango Seed crew.
Yes.
We doing our thing out here, sweating. Look at my brow. You can see the sweat.
I'll take 2%. I won't be too greedy. I'll take 2. I'll stay low.
So, So if you're still listening, tuning in, thank you, man. Thank you for the love. Once again, follow us on our social media platforms, Hot Mango Seed at TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. How we like to end the day, man, is we're going to do a spotlight shout out. Last week, our brother King T did his this week. Hopefully, you ready? Souljah Bless, who you like to shout out this week?
Well,
did I catch you off guard?
You catch me off guard.
Lord.
I have a couple people I could definitely put in there, but I think for this week I'd like to put in my good friend and co-worker Liz Sargent. She actually,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, she's
I've
the
heard her
director of
name.
Take Me Home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she's definitely putting in work out there. Shout out to Minos, that's her husband as well. They out there doing their thing, shooting another film, and yeah, I consider these people family. And trust me, her vision and her direction of how she put it down for Asian women around the world, like she puts it on for them and really, hustles like nobody else.
Big ups.
Yeah,
Big
seriously.
ups.
Liz Sargent out there, trust me. You're going to hear her name again.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Shout out
Liz.
Liz Sargent, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Shout
Liz
out
Sargent
Liz
and Minos.
And Minos.
Liz,
sir.
Minos, peace to y'all. Definitely know if our brother is shouting you out, it's because you're somebody special.
Unique success.
We've got to see some
yeah.
some video. We've got to watch your movies. You're so gifted and talented.
Yeah.
And definitely keep doing what you're doing and blessing the world.
Please.
So we're going to go ahead and wind down with the jewel of the day.
Yes, sir.
Today, financial freedom is not given, it's earned. In our society, we idolize celebrities and their lifestyles. And personally, it makes me sick to my stomach. And that's because when you pull back the curtain of fancy cars, jewelry, vacation, and money, there's a whole team there. There's a team of accountants, lawyers, financial advisors, investors. Some of these individuals are blessed with wealth that have these gifts and talents and its reoccurring assets. But on the other side, there's a lot that aren't. Most people don't realize that they're trying to keep up with the fabricated lifestyle of rented cars, rented jewelry, luxury Airbnbs, and recycled vacation photos. The real ones that we should be watching is Vitalik Buterin, founder of Ethereum. Vitalik. I knew I was going to butcher these names. Jensen Huang, co-founder of NVIDIA. Robert F. Smith, the chairman of Vista Equality Partners. Go Google them. Search their social medias and tell me if you see Gucci belts, if you see new Air Jordans, iced out chains. Tell me. These are just a few of many innovators that are creating paths for their family. And in order to become successful, all the potential that you have, you must first study those who did it first. And when I look at these individuals, I don't see celebrities. I see financial freedom fighters.
Right.
Financial freedom is not a measure of what you have, but what your money can do for you. We are the Hot Mango Seed Podcast, and until next time, stay blessed.
Stay icy.
Blessings.
Blessings.
Peace.
Hey.
Stay up.
Sir.
I
Keep it.
am vengeance, and I am a mango seed.
Peace, peace, peace.
Freaking ass nigga is 69 God. Nigga is 69 God. Hey, run for your life. Hey.